Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about sudden changes in your life. I want to talk about this because I've been thinking a lot about it lately and I'm still currently going through one. So I think it's an important topic regardless of what kind of change you're going through, because I think we're all going through one, whether we know about it or not, or maybe we know about it but it's really tough and we don't know how to continue and so on and so forth. I mean, a change, depending on what it is and how big it is, can really change your view of the world and your life and everything. It can, for me, it's been very distressing, and it can be for anyone. And I mean, your world can kind of fall apart, and you're like, okay, you start to realize, okay, where am I now? Because maybe you were somewhere or in a situation where you were very comfortable, but then suddenly that is taken away from you, and then you realize, okay, now I don't have that, which made me feel so comfortable and good all the time. So what the hell am I doing now, So that can really, change everything, and it can be really hard. So it's important during these times to let yourself be the way you need to be, in a sense that maybe you feel really sad or depressed or panicked or anything. And the thing about that is it's very important to not push that away or try to run away from it or keep it, lock it in a tiny box somewhere so you don't have to see it, because that it will always be there. I mean, you can't run away from these feelings that you got out of this change. And it's really important during these times to really face them, even if you're really uncomfortable with that, or it's really, you don't want these feelings. It's not a nice feeling, so why would you want it? So you just try to maybe be busy or distract yourself or anything else to not feel these feelings. But the thing is that you really need to let them be there, and you need to face them, because that's the only way you can grow from it, and eventually feel like, okay, I'm glad I went through this, and you can be at a better place faster if you just let them be there and face that they are there, and they're not gonna go away until you face them. And during these hard times, you think in the start that, okay, nothing's gonna change now, I'm always gonna feel this way and life's gonna suck and all that stuff. But surprisingly, time does heal more than you think. I mean, at least for me, I thought that, okay, everything's just gonna be bad now forever or whatever, it's never gonna get better for now. I had the best thing ever and now it's gone, so it's never gonna get better. I was thinking that way, but then I realized that it's not really that way. And at most cases, time will heal more than you think. And sometimes you need more time than you thought, and sometimes surprisingly you heal faster than you thought. It goes both ways. And this doesn't mean that if you're, for example, going through a depression and it's not going away for after a long while, maybe it's been a few weeks or a month and you feel just as depressed as you did in the start, depending on how depressed you feel, and then you should seek help, if it's really that bad. But it needs to be, you need to really be patient with your feelings and the way things are, and face it that it is like this now, but it doesn't need to be bad. It can in fact be very good for you in a lot of ways. And this is something I want to bring up, because why it can be good to have this change is because it will probably depending on how you face it, it will make you grow a lot. And that's what it has done to me. Like, the change for me has made me grow more into myself, and think about more who I am and what I'm doing right now, and what I want to do, and face my own feelings and know that they're not something bad. It's actually just there to help me go through all this. So, like, you should think of change more of just a change, good or bad, because that's actually all it is. Like, I don't believe that much about the good and bad, because it all depends on your perspective on things. Because if you view it as bad, it's gonna be bad. But if you view it like, okay, this is my chance to grow, like to maybe be more for myself, to become a better person, or anything, it all depends on your perspective on it, really. I mean, also, like, you're not gonna have, like, this is something everyone needs to realize, and maybe you have already or not, but it's something that I had to realize now, is that I can't control everything that happens around me, and that's okay, it's always going to be changes that I wish I could change, like, no, I don't like that happens, so I want to change it, but I can't. But it doesn't mean that just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's bad. It could teach me things, for the future, that, okay, like, in the future I'm going to think about this, and if it didn't happen, I would never think about it, and then it could be worse, it all depends on how you see it. And I mean, about this perspective of viewing it something good rather than something bad is, I think you always can see a good side of the things if you look deep enough. I know it can really be really hard, but I think there actually is a good side of everything, and I mean, usually for a lot of things, I think the good thing about them is that it will help you grow. Like I talked about, that growing is always good, and growing will always make you wiser. So you should face growing as something good, even though the change can be scary, and growing suddenly up from something you were so comfortable with is, scary and not familiar, and you don't know where to go, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know anything. And I mean, it's okay to not know what's going on for a while. I mean, usually you figure that out after a while. And like, for me, this change I'm going through is what I noticed a lot through this change is that when I view myself back then, when everything was, good or whatever for me, I think now when I think about me back then, I feel like I was very blind, and there was a lot of things I hadn't realized by then. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like when I look back at myself now, I feel like, no, that wasn't even me, because me now is not at all like me then, if you know what I mean. Like, you're always going through this change, which is quite amazing. So, I mean, I think regardless, we're always going through a change, even if it's small changes that we don't even notice in ourselves or our environment or people we meet or anything. It's like, it's always going to change, all the time. Like, anything, someone can pass away, or you're going through a breakup, or you lost a friend, or you got a friend, or you got into a relationship, or you feel some changes in yourself, like, okay, I want to do this now, or like, I want to try this, or I want to explore this in myself, or anything, you know, like, it's so many things that can be. So now I feel like, I know I haven't been recording in a long while, and it's really because of the change, to be honest. I didn't feel motivated to do anything basically for a while, and now I'm getting back on track, so it's good. And I feel like I just see things more clearly now, and I have a better control of my life, and you know, I feel like I'm more comfortable of where it's headed. I mean, I can't really know exactly where it's headed, but I feel like the future is not so scary as I thought it was before. So, yeah. Don't be scared of changes, you know? Thank you for watching.
Only when the goal is unattainable do I start to feel like I'm losing myself, and this deep secret that hasn't come out yet is buried down deep with the rest. I can't coerce you into this one. Jealousy, lay all your spells to bed. I'll choose unloved instead. If only songs were sung to guide the doubtful ones beyond the rough, where not as much is good enough. Oh, if you find yourself amongst the lonely ones, I will be waiting here with open arms. I can't coerce you into this one. Jealousy, lay all your spells to bed.